Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin wa barik wa sallim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli, amma ba'd. We spoke about the hadith concerning Abu Bakr Siddiq radiyallahu anhu. Then we spoke about Umar bin Khattab and the title he was given, Muhaddathun. And we mentioned, or we explained what the word Muhaddath, or what the word Mulham means. A person who receives ilham and inspiration from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's another long hadith. We will do this one today, inshallah ta'ala. وعن جابر بن سمرة رضي الله عنهما. Jabir bin Samra رضي الله عنهما says, شكا أهل الكوفة سعدا يعني ابن أبي وقاص رضي الله عنه. Now, this hadith here is speaking about Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas, a friend of Allah. And a person who's a friend of Allah, we described that already. We mentioned the qualities of the friends of Allah. We spoke about all that already, mashallah. And if you have a very powerful friend and you're very close to that friend, and someone threatens you, then usually your friend, your close friend or your best friend, usually he would step in to assist or step in to defend you because he is your best friend. So Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas radiyallahu anhuma, he was sent as the governor of the people of Kufa. And the people of Kufa, they had sent a complaint about Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas to Umar bin Khattab radiyallahu anhu. So Umar bin Khattab removed Sa'd as the governor, and he put Ammar, another Sahabi, another great Sahabi. Then the people of Kufa began complaining about Ammar. And the people of Kufa, they even said that Ammar bin Yasir, very close Sahabi to Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, they said Ammar does not even know how to perform Salat properly. So let's imagine some people who are not Sahaba are commenting and are saying that somebody like Sa'd or somebody like Ammar bin Yasir, two very high-ranking Sahaba, they are complaining, they are even saying that they cannot even make Salat properly. Who are these people to judge the Salat of the Sahaba who learned it directly from the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? So Umar again sent that Ammar must be brought back to Umar for questioning. So Umar bin Khattab radiyallahu anhu, he says, or he asks Sa'd, Ya Aba Ishaq, O Abu Ishaq, inna ha'ulay yaz'amuna annaka la tuhsini tusalli. These people are claiming, or these people are complaining, that you cannot perform Salat properly. So Ammar says, Ama ana wallahi fa inni kuntu usalli bihim salata Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In his defense, Ammar says that wallahi, I used to only make with them the salah that I learned from the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So whatever I saw or whatever I learned from the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this is what I mimicked. I mimicked the salat of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam with them. La uhrimu anha. And I didn't change anything in the salat of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Usalli salat al-isha fa'arkuru fil ulayain wa ukhiffu fil ukhrayain. He says, when I would make Salatul Isha with them, in the first 2 rakats, I would lengthen it a bit. In the last 2 rakats, I would shorten it. قَالَ ذَلِكَ الظَّنُّ بِكَ يَا أَبَا إِسْحَاقَ. So Omar says, well, this is what I am expecting of you, O Abu Ishaq, O Ammar, meaning I expect nothing less, so I don't know what these people are complaining about. So Omar bin Khattab sent with Ammar another man or a group of men back to Kufa. And these men were to investigate on behalf of Omar bin Khattab the complaints of the people of Kufa. But they went to investigate in front of Ammar, so Ammar can defend himself, or Ammar can demand justice if these people's complaints are not correct. So the people or the group of men who were sent with Ammar, they visited every single masjid in Kufa, asking about Sa'ad, asking about Ammar. Until they reached one masjid from the Banu Abs, another tribe. So every single masjid in Kufa, they entered and they asked about Sa'ad, and everybody had only good things to say about Sa'ad and good things to say about Ammar, until they reached this one masjid of the Banu Abs. And they asked the same question: what are your complaints about Ammar? How is his salat? How is his treatment amongst your people? One man alone stood up in a masjid. His name was Usama bin Qatara. His nickname was Aba Sa'ada. So this man stood up, and this man began taking an oath and swearing, Amma idh nashattana, if you people want us to tell the truth, فَإِنَّ سَعْدًا كَانَ لَا يَسِيرُ بِالسَّرِيَّةِ وَلَا يُقْسِمُ بِالسَّوِيَّةِ. They say, so they are complaining about Sa'ad, and they're complaining about Ammar. They say, Sa'ad bin Abi Waqqas, he did not, or he never used to join us when we would go and fight the enemies. And he also would not distribute the spoils of war, or what we are supposed to receive. He didn't distribute it equally. And he was not just in his decisions in Qadha, in the court. So Sa'ad radiyallahu anhu was there, and Sa'ad radiyallahu anhu was there, and Sa'ad radiyallahu anhu began speaking his defense. And he says, Wallahi la'ad'uwanna bi thalathin. Sa'ad says, I would only make a dua for 3 things. Let Allah defend me. So if you people think that I am not joining in the fighting, and I am not distributing the booty correctly, and if you people assume that I am not just and correct when I make a judgment, then I will just make 3 du'as. I will ask Allah to judge amongst us. So Sa'ad says, Allahumma, O Allah, in kana abduka hadha kadhiban. If this slave of yours, meaning the man who was standing in front of me complaining, if he is speaking a lie, qama riyan wa sum'atan, and he is just standing up so that people to show off, so people can hear his voice and see his face, fa'atil umurahu, then O Allah, if he is wrong and he is lying and he is just showing off and trying to get fame because he's opposing me, then O Allah, I ask you, fa'atil umurahu, lengthen his life, give him a very long life. Wa'atil faqrahu, but when he has a very long life, O Allah, you extend his poverty, make him very poor and desperate in that long life. وَأَعْرِضْهُ لِلْفِتَنِ, and O Allah, you send all the trials and the fitan and all the corruptions to him. So Sa'ad bin Abi Waqqas made a dua against this man, because this man was lying and trying to slander him. وكان بعد ذلك إذا سئل يقول شيخ كبير مفتون أصابتني دعوة سعد. After this gathering or after this incident, when people would see this man, meaning the man who was affected by the dua of Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas, when people would see him and people would look at his condition, and he had a lot of children and he was poor and he couldn't take care of them, and he even became almost blind in his old age. When people would see him and ask him about his condition, this man would just reply, Shaykhun Kabir, I'm an old man, maftunun, who has been destroyed with trials. Asabatni da'watu Sa'd, because the da'wah, meaning the dua of Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas, has affected me. So let's just stop there, inshallah ta'ala. Let me explain to you what this thing actually means, what this hadith really means. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he did say, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam did say, Man aadali waliyan faqad adantuhu bil harb. Any person who threatens my friends, faqad adantuhu bil harb, I declare war upon that person. So anybody who threatens the friends of Allah, Allah declares war upon that person. So because Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas was correct and this other person was wrong, because Ammar bin Yasir was correct and this other person was wrong, and the people kept on complaining about Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas, they didn't even want to listen to the judgment of Ammar bin Yasir radiyallahu anhuma. So Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas had no way of really defending himself, because if he would try to defend himself, these people would make up more and more and more lies. Their intention and their desire was really to find the truth. It was just to make fitna and trouble, corruption. So Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas put his case in the court of Allah and he made dua. Now, Allah knows what the truth is, and this is why Sa'd says, Oh Allah, if this man is standing and he's lying and his desire is just to get fame and recognition, then oh Allah, lengthen his life, make him poor and destitute, and let all the trials of long life affect him. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the ability, inshallah ta'ala, to be his friends, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the ability and the understanding of this hadith, inshallah, and the ability to also benefit from it. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the ability to take this word to those who are so unfortunate not to be here, inshallah ta'ala. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.